A lovely good morning. Welcome to yet another special edition of AGRI COOP show. Yes, the awards show right here. We've been running a lot of series right here on KBN TV each Friday, every Friday, yes, from 10 hours to 10:30 with different guests, different companies that are providing agricultural services, and we are still doing a build-up to the awards which will be held somewhere in September between the 22nd, the 21st and the 22nd. So you have to pay attention. I'm sure you saw the promo and you have to take part if at all you are a farmer. My name is Enoch Piri. I welcome you to today's edition because it's going to be exciting. This is why you have seen my excitement this particular morning, because today's guest is quite special. But before I get to introduce my guest this morning, remember we are live on Top Star Channel 102, DSTV Channel 279, and now GoTV Channel number 27, and also we are streaming live on our social media platform. Facebook is one of them. Just type the letters KBN TV, then you find the live feed just like that, and make sure you utilize that platform on our social media platform, because that's a platform we are using for our interaction this particular morning. Drop us your questions in case you've got a question for the guest that I have this particular morning joining me on set. Just utilize the comment section and simply share the feed so that you can get your friend to hear about this news. Remember, this is something very special. You know, we ought to appreciate our farmers out there. This is why AgriCorp awards are here for you. So my guest this morning is Mr. Moses Zulu. Good morning, Mr. Moses Zulu.
Morning, Enoch.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
How are you enjoying the weather?
Wow, we're enjoying.
Are you really enjoying, or maybe it's not what you expected in August?
Yeah, no, I think we expected it. It's not too cold, not too hot. So
Okay.
we're doing good.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. And I'm asking you this because climate change is quite real. We've seen the extremes in the weather. When it's cold, it's too cold. When it's hot, too hot.
Yeah.
When it's wind, too windy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are here from ATS. What is it that you do at ATS Agrochemicals?
So ATS Agrochemicals is a company that has been in existence since 1996.
Okay.
And at that time, we were known as AgChem Technical Services.
All right.
And by 2002, the company was acquired and by different owners. So the new owners decided to change the name from AgChem Technical Services to ATS Agrochemicals.
Okay.
So that ATS, and many people ask, what does ATS, those letters, what do they stand for? At the moment, they don't stand for anything. It's just ATS Agrochemicals.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And, so from that time, 2002, the company embarked on an expansion program, because initially it was just operating from Lusaka, and through that expansion program, about 5 branches were established.
All right. And these 5 branches are situated where exactly?
So we've got one in Ndola,
Okay.
and we've got another branch in Mukushi. Then we've got one here in Lusaka, which is known as the Central Region, and that's where I'm actually coming from. And then we've got another branch in Southern Province. So we've got 2 branches in Southern Province, Mazabuka and Choma.
All right. Interesting. I really wanted to know your role, as in what you do there.
Okay, so I'm an agronomist.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an agronomist by profession, but also I'm a regional sales manager. So in all these regions, I talked about the Copper Belt, the Mukushi, Central, and Southern. We have what we call the regional sales manager. So you are in charge of the activities, in that region. But by profession, all of us were actually agronomists, because remember, ATS, our main focus is actually crop protection.
All right. Interesting. So how does Agrochemicals Limited, work with farmers?
Wow. So I'll start by maybe giving a bit more detail on our distribution channels. So as I earlier mentioned, that we've got 5 main outlets. So from our Mkushi branch, we're able to cover part of Central, that's Kapiri going upwards, including Northern Province and Mchinga. Then from our Copperbelt Province, outlet, we're able to cover Wapula and Northwestern Province. And then from Central, we go all the way up to Kabwe, and then we've got Western and Eastern Province also being part of the Central region, and then we've got the Southern. So when you visit any of our regions or our regional offices, you find there's an agronomist, a senior agronomist like myself, and then we also have what we call small-scale agronomist that focuses more on the small-scale farmers and emergent farmers. So the way we work with our farmers is that from the commercial side, we spend quite a lot of time with the farm, trying to understand what their problems are. And then once we know what their problems are, we sit down and formulate solutions that we offer to them. And like I said, our focus is mainly crop protection. So I'll give a bit more detail on the products that we do. But basically, that's what we do. So also from our small-scale guys, we are able to visit the farmers, but also we receive farmers coming into our outlets, and we offer technical support even before we actually sell the products that we distribute.
All right. Just like you said, maybe just continue talking about the products and the benefits to the farmers, because it's very important that the farmers know the different products that they can purchase from you or get from you, how it can benefit their crop and their businesses.
All right. Thank you very much. So when we talk about our product range, at this point, allow me just to also indicate that we've got sort of two sections at ATS. We've got the ATS Agro and then the ATS Retail. So I'll explain what we do under these two sections. So under ATS Agro, we have a wide range of products, crop protection products. So we start by helping the farmer to take care of their soil from our wide range of our lime products. So we've got lime that is granulated. As you may know that the conventional lime, the lime that you find on the market now, is in powder form. So the challenge that comes with that is that it's a good lime, it works well, but the challenge is that it's prone to being blown off by the wind. So we have granulated this lime and such that when a farmer is applying this lime, it doesn't get blown off by the wind. So those who are using Vicons can actually put it on a Vicon and just spread it over the field. So we have products in that range. So both the calcitic lime, the dolomitic lime, and the gypsum. So we have those products. So if a farmer is looking at correcting their pH or correcting their magnesium and calcium ratio, we have the products that they can use there. Then secondly, we have products that farmers can use to protect their seed. As you may be aware, that when you get those seeds and plant them in the soil, sometimes there are soil-borne diseases, there are diseases that come from the soil, but also there are insects that are found in the soil that can damage your seed. So we've got seed dressing products like Seed Care. It's a very well-known product on the market. It contains 2 fungicides and 1 insecticide, and these are products that farmers can use actually to dress their seed to protect them from disease and insect. Then we have herbicides, and under herbicides we've got the pre-emergence herbicides and we've got post-emergence herbicides. So under pre-emergence herbicide, for example, for your maize, we have products like Scorpion. It's a household name. A lot of farmers know this product. It's a pre-emergence herbicide. What I mean by pre-emergence herbicide is that this herbicide that you spray to stop weeds from germinating. So you plant your maize and then you spray it over, and then the maize will germinate, but your weeds will not germinate. And then on the soybeans and groundnuts, we've got a product called Samurai. It's a product we introduced as ATS in this market, I think about 2-3 years ago, under a name called under the name Sumimax, but we've changed that name over the years. But we've seen a lot of other companies trying to bring a similar product because it's a product that is working very well, and it's a pre-emergence herbicide for soybeans as well as for groundnuts. And then we've got another category of herbicide known as the post-emergence. So these are the herbicide that most people refer to as selectives. So these are products that you need to spray if your crop has germinated and the weeds have germinated. So you need to spray something that will kill the weeds but not affect your crop. So for example, in maize, we have a product called Impi. It's another product that was introduced recently, but it's getting quite a lot of support from our farmers. And then on your soybeans, we've got a product called Sevula, and we also have a product called Pyramid. So we've got quite a lot of them, but I'm just giving examples of some of the products that we
All
are
right.
yeah.
Interesting. It's good to note that you don't only specialize in crop protection, but you also produce certain varieties for certain crops. Interesting enough.
Yeah.
So now, this brings me to this important question. You know, after you been specialized in protecting the crop, you know, I want to find out, how does this improve the yield? Because this is what is very important to a farmer. Every farmer, once it is a farming season or it's a time to plant, they are always looking forward to maximize whatever seed which they plant.
The yield. Thank you so much for that question, Enoch. So if you look at yield maximization, the factors that affect your yield can be categorized in three categories. So you've got what are known as technological factors. So you're talking about the different practices that the farmer will engage in, but also biological factors that are your disease, your insects and your weeds. And then also you've got the climate, obviously, the environmental factors, which includes climate. So our focus mainly is on the biological factors, so weed, disease, and insect control. So I was talking about the herbicides, and these are the products that we use to control the weeds. And you may want to know that, for example, your maize decides the yield that it will give you at the end of the season in the first 6 weeks.
Okay.
Right. So the first 6 weeks after it germinates, it's able to decide how much. And what is it going to use to decide is the variability of your fertilizer, your nutrients, but also the competition. So if it's growing together with the weeds in the first 6 weeks, it will definitely not give you a very good yield, even if you remove the weeds afterwards. So how do we come in? We come in, I was talking about the pre-emergency herbicide that we use. Those pre-emergency herbicides will allow your maize or any crop to germinate in a weed-free field. So whatever fertilizer you put in at planting, the crop will actually be able to utilize that fertilizer, to be able to utilize the water as well as the sunlight.
Okay.
So we come in from that angle, but also we have, I was running through the products that we distribute. I talked about the herbicide. We also have a wide range of insecticides. Okay. Yeah, you may want to know that, for example, people are talking about the 4-armyworm, they're talking about the Tuta Absolute on your tomatoes. And we have products, insecticides, you know, that contains American benzoate, but we've got very clever combinations. You know, like for example, there's a product known as Napoleon, which is American benzoate plus chlorfluazuron, which you may not find on the market, but we also have what we call the big guns, the Coragen, the Steward. All these are insecticides that you can actually use to control the Tuta Absolute, to control the 4-armyworm, to control the potato tuber moth in your potatoes as well. And on top of that, we also have fungicides. And these fungicides, we use them, we've got preventive fungicide and curative fungicide. So preventive are the ones that we use to prevent the disease, you know, from attacking our crop, but curative are the fungicide that we use, you know, to actually stop the disease if it's there. And then finally, we have crop nutrition products. So these are foliar fertilizers, as we call them, and we can use those foliar fertilizers to correct for a deficiency. For example, if a crop is showing a certain deficiency, we've got quite a wide range of products that you can use depending on the problem that you're facing. But also have crop boosters that mainly they contain some plant growth hormones that you just spray to just boost the crop generally. So all these things speaks to, you know, making sure that the farmer can maximize their yield. Okay. Remember, insect and disease damage, mainly they will damage your leaves. And remember that the leaves, that's your factory for the plant. So if you protect your leaves, then you are giving the plant the best chance to carry on the photosynthesis process, generate more food, and that food goes into the kernel or the fruit. And by doing so, you're actually maximizing your yield.
Right. Interesting. So in that same vein, how does now ATS come in terms of safety and to ensure that the farmers apply these chemicals accordingly?
Yeah. So let me just take you back a little bit and just tell you about what our values and our mission is, because that comes in handy, you know, your question. So our vision as a company is to be the ultimate supplier of innovative agronomic solutions to the farming community, and our mission is to sustainably, you know, provide agronomic solution to the innovative agronomic solutions to the farming community in a most effective and efficient as well as professional manner, but also ensuring value addition to our stakeholders.
Okay.
Our values, it's accountability, inclusivity, but we embrace safety, and that's why I actually went back to bring this issue up. But also we've got issues of integrity, and then also delight the customers. So what we do is to ensure that the customers are using these products in a correct manner. We start by training our own people. We've got these sales guys who actually go out in the field to meet the customers. We have trainings from time and again where we make sure that they know exactly how these products are supposed to be used. If there's new information on the market, we share that information. But also one of the most important things which speaks to the regulations is that there are certain molecules that are being withdrawn from the market because of the side effect that maybe they may have. As ATS, if you come to us, you find that we don't distribute such products. So we start by ensuring that our staff are trained, but after that, our staff will go out there and conduct field days. They'll be part of the field days that organize across the country, and they interact with farmers. By so doing, they exchange the knowledge. But there are times where we just organize trainings through the Ministry of Agriculture, where we just ask the compensation officers to bring the farmers together, and we just go there to train these farmers on how to use these products.
Okay.
But also we've got a social media platform where farmers are able to ask questions and we're able to interact like that.
All right. Interesting. How accessible are your products in terms of, for instance, some farmers who have got limited resources, and obviously some places, depending with the geographical location, how accessible are your products?
So our products are very, very accessible. Like I said, from the 5 main branches, we have 2 smaller outlets. For example, we've got one in Kabwe and we've got one in Pongwe. But through our retail, stores, like I was talking about, I mentioned retail at some point, we've got 8 retail shops across the country.
Okay.
So we've got 4 along the eastern route. So starting from Nyimba, Petauke, Katete, and Lundazi, then you've got one in Monze, and then you've got another one we've got one in Mukushi and another one in Dola. So they can, through these outlets, and remember we're also mobile, so we also do mobile sales, and also we work with stockists. So we've got a network of stockists that we give our products to in areas where we don't have physical presence. But there are certain areas also, like for example, if you go to Mumbwa and Kaoma area, we've got seasonal outlets. Okay. So we do this, just to make sure that we are close as possible, as close as we can get to the farmers and make it easy for them to actually access our products. And then the other thing is we do not just have the bigger pack size, but we also have the smaller pack size. You talked of budget. So if someone is cultivating a smaller area, we've got products that come in 1 liters, and we have products that come in 100 mils and 250 mils. Okay. So we've got quite a wide range there.
Which is quite affordable.
Yeah, so at least every farmer will be able to access our products. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, with the new trends that we are living in terms of technology, how is ATS embracing technology in terms of research? What are some of the new products in case of their earning?
Okay, so you may want to understand that ATS Agrochemicals here in Zambia, we don't manufacture, so we are more on the distribution side of things. But we are owned by a company called Pharmac, which is based in Devon, and they are involved in manufacturing. So there's quite a lot of research and development that they do there. But we also have other distributors, other manufacturers, so our suppliers. For example, we've got a company called ACI based in Johannesburg, South Africa. And then we've got FMC, which is a multinational. So these are the companies that are mainly involved in research and development in terms of coming up with new molecules. But what happens that even when they come up with a new molecule, within our establishment here, before we introduce the product to the market, we do our own trials. Right? Yeah, so we do our own trials, and just to ensure that the product is working, that's when we now move to start commercializing the product. But there are other innovations. For example, recently we introduced an idea of where you can use a drone to actually scout your crops, just to check for disease and insects. So we're starting with potatoes, and the potato farmers are quite excited, and we are very excited because it's technology. So what you do basically, you just get this drone and it will fly over your crop. It will take so many pictures, and then we get these pictures and we upload these pictures on certain platform, and then we use some AI there to identify what problems are there, and then a report is generated. But then it will come down to an agronomist like me now to look at the report and then be able to interpret that report to a farmer. So, you know, the areas under cultivation keeps on increasing. So even me as an agronomist, when I go in the field, I may not be able to check all the fields at once. That's why we actually bring in these technologies, just to make sure that each and every corner of the field is surveyed, is checked, and then we know if we've got disease or not.
All right, interesting. After talking about so many products and finally in your last remarks, you know, there is a farmer watching out there, and they are quite now interested after you sharing the information. How can now they get in touch with ATS so that they can access some of these services that you've talked about?
Oh, thank you so much, and that's a very, very important aspect of our business, because we need to be accessible, we need to be located. So the first thing is we've got our social media platform on Facebook. If you go to Facebook and type ATS Zambia, our page will come up there. You can send your comments there, or you can request for a number. You'll be assisted, so you'll be able to call someone, and then from there we can pick it up. But like I've said, we have quite a lot of outlets, and we've got our guys who are moving, you know, from time to time. So they can visit any of our outlets.
All right.
You know, yeah, they can visit any of our outlets. I can give out my number. People can still call me, and then I'll be able to direct them, because I'm only based here. So if I get a call from Mbala, for example, then they have to deal with, you know,
you have to redirect them.
Yeah, I have to redirect them. But I think the easiest, if they can just go to our Facebook
social
page.
media platform.
We're quite efficient there.
Okay.
Yeah, if someone puts a comment there or a question, we've got a team that works in the background, and they will definitely respond.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Zulu. And we've come to the end of this particular segment. And I wish you all the best. Are you taking part in the awards?
Of course. That's one of the reasons why we're here, is because we are one of the sponsors.
Okay.
Yeah, we're one of the sponsors. I attended the award last year. It was quite
amazing.
Yeah.
You are looking forward to the
definitely. I'll definitely be there.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Zulu. All right. Still to come, I'll be talking about how the award are coming up now, the organizing committee, how far they've reached in terms of organizing the awards and what you should look out for. So stay tuned. We are not yet done. Good morning.
Big news to all the farmers living in the Republic of Zambia. This news is brought to you by the Agriculture and Cooperatives, AGRI-COOP. AGRI-COOP appreciates the great contribution you, the farmers in Zambia, have relentlessly shown. The time has come for you to be appreciated for playing that pivotal role of feeding the entire population of Zambia and other countries. AgriCorp Awards Gala is here to put a smile on your face as a farmer for your great achievements and innovation to the sector. The gala will be held on the 22nd of September 2023 at the Lusaka's Golden Peacock Hotel. This is not all. We also have the awards exhibition to be held on the 21st of September at the Levymoor Junction in Lusaka. Standard tickets are going at 600 kwacha, being sold from Cairo Road, Woodgate House, second floor, room 208. The exhibitions are open to the following: awards nominees, sponsors for the AgriCorp Awards, small-scale medium enterprises, as well as companies interested to showcase their services in advance. For much more details about the AgriCorp Awards, you can tune in to KBN Television every Friday of the week from 10 hours to 10:30 hours for the build of the events. Or you can contact AgriCorp newspaper on 0673 782 346 Alternatively, you email us at info@agricopnews.com. Come and be part of this prestigious event.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, still on AgriCorp Awards TV show right here on KBN TV. My name is Enoch Puri. Now we are in the dying minutes, but however, we couldn't just go minus having Tionge here to talk about how far the preparations are going. Remember, the weeks are fast approaching. We are already in August and September is just a few weeks away. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Enoch. How are you today?
I'm fine. I must say you're looking excellent.
Yeah, thank you. You're looking excellent too.
Beautiful as usual. Yes.
Yeah.
Just the update. What is happening so far in terms of preparations? What has been done and what should people look out for?
Okay, thank you so much for that. So the awards are coming up well, just like you've mentioned. We're almost heading to the mid of August, and we'll be approaching September soon. So we are heading towards the anticipated event, and the awards are coming up well. So right now we are beginning to visit the nominated farmers. Yes, so we are going across the country to visit the nominated farmers so that we get to compare the information that they had entered in nomination and entry forms, to just compare with exactly what they are doing on their farms.
All right. So how long will that exercise be?
So this exercise is beginning on Monday, that's the 14th of August, to the 30th of August. So basically that's like 2 weeks. Yes, so we're beginning with outside of Lusaka, and then we'll come back to Lusaka for those farmers that are in Lusaka. Yeah, so we'll visit them after we visit the farmers that are outside Lusaka.
All right. Aside from that particular exercise, you know, my interest is entrance to the gala. Are the tickets done already? How can people access the tickets? It's very important.
Yes, that is very, very important. That is very, very important. But before I just go on to say that, I would just like to enlighten our dear viewers, those that could be watching for the very first time, to just let them know what this program is all about and what AgriCorp Awards is all about. So AgriCorp Awards is all about celebrating our Zambian farmers for the efforts, for their resilience, and for the commitment that they make to the agriculture sector in Zambia. You know, it's because of them that we have the food that we have on our tables. Without them, we wouldn't be able to have those scrumptious meals that you have every day, you know? Yes. So AgriCorp Awards is just basically recognizing the efforts and rewarding the farmers for their incredible works that they're doing and contributing to the agriculture sector. So coming to your question, as you asked about the gala, which is very, very important, and that's the reason why I'm here. So the gala is, the awards gala is happening on the 22nd of September. We are getting closer to the day, and very soon we'll be able to hold that. It's just getting closer anyway. Yes, so it's on the 22nd of September, and I would like to mention, which is also very important, that alongside the awards, we have the awards exhibitions, which is the AgriCorp Awards exhibitions, which are open to our sponsors, open to the nominated farmers, and also open to organizations, could be SMEs or companies that would be interested.
Okay, still open?
Yes, still open. That would be, because it's being held a day before the awards, which is on the 21st of September. Open to companies that would be interested to showcase their products and services to a diverse audience. Yes, and like I mentioned, the awards gala will be held on the 22nd of September at the Golden Peacock Hotel right here in Lusaka. So it's very important that I say that tickets are going on sale right now for the awards gala. So if you're interested, even yourself, and you bring your family also, you know, to come and support our farmers. So tickets are going on sale for 500 kwacha.
Okay.
That's
Only.
inclusive only, you know.
Yeah.
That's
I
inclusive
thought
of...
it was going to be more than that.
Oh,
That's
yes.
affordable.
So it's only 500 kwacha. That's inclusive of dinner.
Okay.
Yes, that's inclusive of dinner. So we urge our dear viewers, those that would be interested to support our dear farmers, come to just watch our dear farmers, come in style, you know, and just basically support our dear farmers. They can contact us on Facebook also, or they can contact me on 076 3782346, or they can email me on info@agricopnews.com. So that's info@agricopnews.com. Yes. Or they can alternatively come, if they're in Lusaka and within proximity, they can alternatively come to Hoodgate House, which is opposite Stanbic in Cairo Road. Yes. So, you know, that's about it. We are near it, Dawad. So for those that would be interested, this is a way to support our farmers, to appreciate them. You know, this is also a way of motivating those who would want to be farmers, especially the younger generation who just think that farming is for the aged. You know, they can now see that, okay, farming is beginning to pay off. They can actually see that farming is something that they can make employment out of, you know, instead of just sitting home. You know, they can self-employ themselves, even employ other people, you know, make money out of it. So it just serves as a way of encouragement. It also serves as a way of achievements of farmers, and also, like I've mentioned, just for the younger generation to see that farming is actually something that is great.
All right. Thank you so much, Tionge. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, Friday.
Yes, thank you so much for having me today.
All right, you are welcome. All right, on that note, we come to the end of today's edition of AgriCOP right here on KBN TV. My name is Enoch Puri. My director has been Rodwell Mutale. Until next week, Friday, same time.
News to all the farmers living in the Republic of Zambia. This news is brought to you by the Agriculture and Cooperatives AgriCOP. AgriCOP appreciates the great contribution you, the farmers in Zambia, have relentlessly shown. The time has come for you to be appreciated for playing that pivotal role of feeding the entire population of Zambia and other countries. AgriCOP Awards Gala is here to put a smile on your face as a farmer for your great achievements and innovation to the sector. The gala will be held on the 22nd of September 2023 at the Lusaka's Golden Peacock Hotel. This is not all. We also have the awards exhibition to be held on the 21st of September at the Levy-Moore Junction in Lusaka. Standard tickets are going at 600 kwacha, being sold from Cairo Road, Woodgate House, second floor, room 208. The exhibitions are open to the following: awards nominees, sponsors for the AgriCOP Awards, small-scale medium enterprises, as well as companies interested to showcase their services in advance. For much more details about the AgriCOP Awards, you can tune in to KBN Television every Friday of the week from 10 hours to 10:30 hours for the build of the events. Or you can contact AgriCOP newspaper on 0673 782 346. Alternatively, you email us at info@agricopnews.com.